this was a Pro Tool session, so he sends it over. And my thing with the Pro Tool sessions, when I get it from somebody, I cannot work in there. I've tried it a million times. I cannot work in somebody else's Pro Tool session. So what I do, and my man Jacob right here, who's my engineer, works with me, my assistant, we'll tag team this a little bit. But basically, I'll either print stems out of Pro Tools, or I'll go through and kind of consolidate and start committing their plugins down and get it to like a manageable point of like, okay, this is how I want to work on the record. And then I'll kind of bring my template in there, wipe all their stuff out. And like, if they got stuff on their mix bus that I want to use, I'll kind of just, maybe in here I've done it, but I'll either kind of put it on my own mix bus, or I'll tag it between like all the tracks, and then maybe it's feeding my mix bus or something like that. But that, for me, I just found that's the easiest way. So basically, my whole theory with it is like, let me do my thing to the song, but have it sound the way they want it still, like before I even mix it. Like, I want to do my own thing to their file. So, but when I mix a record, minus the vocals, a lot of times I'll leave whatever they have on the vocals there, because it's like easier for me to just go in and tweak what they have. But specifically the music, like this session did not look like this when I got it. I would have went through and looked at every single freaking plugin, all his processes, and you'll see when I get to the vocals, if I got time to open them up, you'll see that I'll basically like turn stuff on, I'll tweak stuff, and specifically with the music, and then I'll print everything. Either I'll print everything through his master bus if I want to keep his master bus, or I'll just literally just start committing the whole session down. So by the time I'm done with all the music, it's just audio blocks of audio, and everything's at 0. So that's kind of how I started a song. That's just trial and error over the years, trying to work in other people's sessions. And the odd time, it's just like something sounds so freaking good that I'm like, what am I going to do to this? And maybe I will. Maybe once a year, I'm like working to somebody else's session, like tweaking what they had. But like the biggest thing for me, and I always tell this to Jacob, and when I was kind of teaching him all this, it's like, if I get a session from somebody and it's freaking -6 LUFS and it's like slammed, like, and like, yo, the kick drum needs to come out 4 dB. I have no headroom to do that, right? So if I go and print the stems or do whatever and then put it in my session, now I got like 10 or 12 dBs of headroom that I can start pushing stuff up and make it slap how I want it to. Because if I just work in somebody else's sausage, like there's no, it's just gonna get deflated. Like there's nothing else to do. So for me, my own sanity, the way I like to work, that's how I kind of run it. So that's how I approach every single Pro Tool session that I work on. Unless it's like, if somebody gives me something in the morning, they need it done by 3 p.m., obviously you just got to roll with it and do what you got to do. But for the most part, I'm getting it a couple of days ahead. We got time, we can do this. And that's what works for me. And I've found over the years with the trial and error, that's the easiest way for me to approach it.